What a sensational night it has been, the 2025 AFL Draft. And with a cool handshake, Willem Dersma becomes the fourth Dersma sibling to play at the highest level. The number one pick in this year's draft headed to the West Coast Eagles. Tears of joy and happiness. He will join Harley Reid over in the West, and a big moment for the youngster as he has the number on his jumper, printed and ready to go. Some great vision there. And we've seen some fantastic scenes throughout the night of young players realising the dreams and the sheer emotion. I mean, there's been lots of tears and a lot of overwhelmed young men, and it's a really special thing.
It is. It's been a night of great stories. I mean, to see that the Pickett cousins going to be playing together in the Melbourne forward line, to see Peter Dean present his jersey to his son, a couple of teammates that are going and travelling together, especially some of the South Australians. I think it's been a wonderful night.
Round one selections, what's been your highlight? Who are the big winners, Shifter?
Well, of the clubs, you'd have to say the clubs had multiple picks, because all those picks early are going to be terrific players. So we had quite a number, the two by twos, all those twos that went early. I love the fact that the left footers, the classy left footers as we call them all, have been chosen early. There's an emphasis on agility and speed, so super athletic, great users of the ball. It's a wonder. There's nothing wrong with the near 30 picks that have been taken tonight.
Yeah, and I'm going to go back to the start of the draft, Sarah. We touched on this. When you've got the likes of Lewis Emmett, Ollie Greaves, Noah Hibbins-Hargraves still on the board, there's talent and depth in this draft, make no mistake. So those guys have got to sit around for another night. But in terms of tonight, I just thought the Essendon Footy Club have nailed this. I think the range of players that they've got, I think, we saw them pass on Suede, so that'll be interesting to follow in the future. But, for a footy club that was in need of high-end talent and hope for their fans, I think they've got it right.
With pick 9, Essendon select Sullivan Robey from the Eastern Rangers and the Robey Hawks Football Club.
Presenting the jumper for Essendon is former club captain Dyson Heppel.
This will be pretty special for Sullivan Robey. Grew up an Essendon supporter, 4 goals in the grand final in that all-conquering Eastern Rangers team who has got so much talent, and I'm sure we'll see more of them tonight, Joey.
Yes, he hasn't seen much success, Jonesy, but he can turn that all around now. He can start it and get that final win, but he would be thrilled. And I think the Essendon Football Club would be absolutely thrilled that he slipped through to their pick. I mean, this is the prototype of the midfield forward with his size and power. We spoke off the top about his profile, Shifter, and he's going to be an absolute beauty, and I think Essendon would have just been licking their lips when he got through.
Well, we called him the draft bolter, but we could also call him the diamond in the rough. Someone's actually spotted the diamond in the rough at Rowville and said he's good enough to go another level, and pushed him into Eastern. That's a fantastic call. And then he hasn't let him down. In 9 games has become a top 10. That's an amazing story, and good luck to him. I hadn't heard the name until about July, and of course watched him closely through the back half of the year, and we're just amazed his level of consistency, his powerful running. I didn't know the story of the 7-centimetre growth spurt, because you're saying, how could you miss a kid like this? But that's why he was a small boy that in amongst the pack, but he's just come up as a top tenner. So well done to Sully.
Yeah, he's a specimen now, and I think it's the size is going to be important for the Bombers. That is something they needed to add to their midfield, with some good size.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a consistent goal-kicking mid as well. We know they are absolutely precious in today's football. Reminds me a little bit of Luke Davies-Uniacke. Just the absolute class and how easy he makes it look when he's in possession of the footy, the way he moves, makes early contact and creates space on his opposition too. So, huge night for Rob Force tonight, the National Recruiting Manager. He'll be calling the shots in that room. He's one of the most organised people within recruiting ranks, and he's absolutely nailed this selection.
With pick 10, Essendon select Jacob Farrow from West Perth and the Joondalup Kinross Junior Football Club.
Presenting the jumper for Essendon is Dyson Heppel.
Comparisons with Adelaide's Jordan Dawson. Joey, he watches every AFL game every weekend. He's footy obsessed. Party trick, you can say a number, he can tell you who wears it. He's got an enormous collection of footy jumpers, and tonight he adds the Bombers red and black jumper. This is a cool story.
Yeah, this is a great story. If Sully Robey's the power shifter, this guy's the class and the silk. You said Jordan Dawson, Hayden Young, that beautiful sort of left foot type player that can play on the flank. So I really like this for Essendon.
Yeah, I went for touch of class. I agree with you. And his precise left foot, his composure with the footy. He's another to overcome adversity. The adversity of not being selected. Didn't make WA's under-18 squad in the pre-season. So he then started the year well, was added to their squad, and has come out as an All-Australian at the end of the National Championships. Played league football later in the year and handled that well. Went from strength to strength, and you can see why. Lovely sized player, beautiful skill set.
Yeah, I had a chat with West Perth league coach Paul Sanzone, and he touched on that shifter around the disappointment of Jacob Farrow not making the summer program. He got given some feedback and went and worked that hard on his game to turn that around and to minimise the deficiencies. He thrives on hitting the target. He's really, really good with his follow-up too, Joey, and his ability to run and receive the ball back. A Grant Birchall type that can win the ball back in the air. This kid's a star.
And he might eventually end up as a midfielder like the players we just mentioned. And here is the jumper collection, Sarah. How cool is that?
That is awesome. They can all go in the bin now because he is only interested in the Essendon Football Club's jumper, but he's got quite the collection. They're just the 18 AFL clubs. I'm told he's got plenty more than that.
With pick 13, Essendon select Dyson Sharp from Central District and the Barossa District Football Club.
Presenting the jumper for Essendon is Dyson Heppel.
A really strong character and leader. Barracks for the Bombers as well, another one. Grew up supporting the red and black. A great footy IQ and a straight A student, I'm told, Jury.
Well, if you speak to recruiters, they'll say, some of them will say you have not met a better kid, better character and a better leader come through the talent pathways to play AFL. Just an exceptional person. I think it's a great get for the Bombers. That's exactly what they need. Strong character, a real leader, and just this pure midfielder that he's going to add to Robey and Farrow, who was slightly different to the way Sharp plays shifter. But I think this is an excellent selection. This has just got, captain material, 200 games written all over it.
Yeah, playmaker and a competitive beast. I love those sorts of boys. He led South Australia to victory in the champs this year and led them, I mean that too. He said, follow me, boys. They're unbeaten, won the trophy for the first time in about 8 years off the back of him, and he won the Lark medal for the best and fairest player in the competition. He's had 4 years at underage level representing SA and dominating the whole time. Played some good senior footy at Central Districts over the last 2 years, so he's ready to run in that midfield type role for the Bombers.
Ben Dixon, it looks like the Bombers have got a star and a player who could be round one ready for Brad Scott to deploy if required against the Hawks in that big round one blockbuster.
Yeah, well, the Bombers have been screaming for a big-bodied midfielder for a number of years now. I'm going back to even since Joe Watson's retirement. They've got their man. Huge night tonight for the Bombers. We spoke about that. Rob Forsyth has just gone bang, bang, bang and got some absolute class in a number of different roles for the Bombers. What I love about him, he energises the ball. He does not waste time when in possession. He doesn't get back off the mark. He just rolls, gets on with the job, and they've got a ready-made player. He's an All-Australian captain, Lark medalist, spoken about as a potential number one pick. This kid's ready to go. He's had league experience, so I think he'll slot into the Bombers very nicely.
No doubt it's scary, the Gold Coast Suns, to get 4 players inside the top 18, 4 highly talented youngsters on top of what they've already got, on top of the trade period, getting Petrarca and Jamara Ugle-Hagan. It's going to be a scary proposition for years to come, the Gold Coast Suns list.
What a moment, what an incredible moment for Zeke. He is described as a perfectionist, a smart and hard runner, a great leader. Shifter, I understand he's studying full-time, a bit of law on the side with all his football, working as a paralegal in a law firm. This guy is a wonderful citizen, a wonderful footballer, and will be a great addition to the Gold Coast Suns.
Yes, and he certainly didn't waste his time whilst injured, so he thought, how else can I learn about this game? He threw himself into the coach's boxes or even down on the boundary fence to learn more about the game and become a stronger person. I liken him to an Errol Gould, and I don't know how Gould got to 32, by the way. That was COVID year. People just missed him in his draft year, missed him playing. But this boy's a bit the same. Left footer, just a prolific ball winner with great game sense. He can find that gap when there's a little gap to get through with his step, and a prodigious kick in that left foot. So an amazing talent. We saw dominate 16s and under 18s, both in his bottom age years.
It's funny you mentioned that, Shifter, about his kicking ability. He's a kick-first player. What I love about him when I watch him, he's got really fast feet. He gets himself into position to kick early, takes risks inside. And in today's game, when you've got the ability to bring the ball back inside, change lanes, it just opens up all sorts of options, Joey.
Yeah, and another one who's been around the program, his brother, obviously, Bodie's been there for a couple of years now, and he's learned off the best, and this is just another asset that Damien Harwick is going to have, whether he slots straight in at half-back, he might be on a wing for the Gold Coast, but they're going to take advantage of that lethal left leg of his and be delivering it to the forwards.
He's been able to do some training with the Sun squad. How big of an advantage is that for a kid when you're coming into a club, to be familiar with it, to know the players, to know the coaches, staff, and to be able to join feeling, you know, like you belong?
Yeah, it would make a big difference. He would know the players, he would know their system and how they want to go about it. He'd have relationships with the coaches already, so they've got a big advantage. He can head into pre-season feeling comfortable, understanding what he needs to do to get a game and understand the environment.
A young man whose best is quite incredible, a bit of X factor. He's been described as like Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller, ability to turn a game, and a bit of a rugby league background. Was offered some contracts after just one game, Shifter, and a big win for the AFL to secure him.
Yeah, so 5 clubs went after him, and why not? He's dazzling and dynamic, I call him. He's the boy with the dancing feet. Wait till you see his vision in a minute. He's able to shimmy like the best of them. Looks to be going one way and he's off the other, and takes them on with his bounces. He covers the ground. Exciting to watch, and his mum is born in Indonesia, so we have a multicultural person here too joining our game. Wonderful to see the boys from all sorts of backgrounds are now choosing our game as the sport of choice. Look at the vision of him now.
You reckon they've got Dan Rioli and what he's been able to do? Mickey takes it to another level.
Yeah, he does. I actually think, Joey, this kid could be the best player to come out of this draft. I know that's a big call, but he's remarkable. He averaged 400 metres gained at the Under-18 Championships. Now, that's AFL-style stuff. And just look at that step there. Look at his composure and the use. And this is what we've got to continue to celebrate. We've had a win with Cooper Duff-Tyler over basketball. We've now had a win over the rugby league as well, a former fullback in that particular sport. This is what makes our game so exciting. He is one of the best, and a pick 5 to now have 2 Queensland kids in the top 5. Fantastic effort.
So a halfback, a wing with good decision-making skills, Shifter.
Yeah, and he jumped into the inside midfield in a couple of games this year as well, and really took his game to another level, and then went down with a foot injury that cost him his season. Another potential star for the Allies that went down before those games started. He's a versatile running man, I call him. Tough, hard kid, a bit like a Jared Berry. Can run all day. He might start out in the wing, but is capable of playing lots of other roles as well. His clean hands, his game sense, his dominance over, his 16th and 17th year was enough to see him under consideration of many clubs around this point.
Yeah, he's all class. He's a beautiful mover, can play inside, outside, athletic. He's a great size. There are some that believe that this kid could be as good as the other two at the Gold Coast Suns. When we talk about Zeke Ewell and Dylan Patterson, the upside that he has, limited form this year because of injury, but what he has shown, he is going to be an absolute top liner. And don't sleep on this kid's name. I think he will be an absolute star in years to come.
Yeah, got an Ironman background too. So in terms of discipline and what it takes to be successful in that sport, we know what his application will be like and his commitment to footy. But I just think his lateral movement, you mentioned obviously Dylan Patterson, Joey. The lateral movement is top shelf from this kid. It's absolutely electric. 8 VFL games, so he's had a bit of senior experience, and He's a nice one for the Gold Coast Suns to bring through the door.
Exposed to some VFL footy with a handful of games this year. Plenty of upside, a little bit similar to Lockie Neal, but good skills and a good work rate as well, Shifter.
Yes, Sarah, in recent years we've popped the best 46 17-year-olds on the MCG Grand Final day, and his turn was obviously at the end of last year, not this season. 34 disposals on the MCG. So tick, ball-winning ability, prolific ball-winning ability. He finds it wherever he plays. Can play on the inside, can play up on the wing as well, can also play as a small forward. He dominated the 16s a couple of years back, won the medal and the clean medal at school at that level. So he's been a dominant player right throughout. Again, had that injury that missed most of the national championships, so we didn't see the best of him. Part of the National Academy under Tarkin Lockyer as well as being in the Suns Academy. So they've worked very, very hard, I'd imagine, to get enough points to be able to grab their fourth place.
Yeah, they've done well to be able to get all the points that they needed to be able to get 4 players inside 18. We saw that scout profile. That was for VFL football. That's why it may not have looked as impressive. But make no mistake, Mick, he's a ball magnet. He just racks up finding the footy. He's got great footy IQ, work rate, gut runner, contest to contest, and another one with great character that is going to add to this Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, and he's your A1 distributor. He's right in the thick of it. He's first hands on the ball at a stoppage, and he averaged 32 disposals and 8 clearances in 3 coach games that he played in. So he's one of your premier midfielders in the competition, uses it within his means, and another one that's got an extensive athletic profile. And you touched on it there, Joey, when we saw his scout profile being a VFL scout profile. Still pretty handy, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.